'72. Drink so much I thought I'd spew. I remember back in '76. Drink so much I almost got sick. I remember back in '77. Drink so much I thought I was in heaven. I didn't care what would happen to me as long as I had that bottle of beer. Bottle of beer, you know it's all I need. Just a bottle of beer, you know you set me free. Just a bottle of beer, you know I'll be fine. Just a bottle of beer, I don't need no wine.
All right.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
Silent Scream, Drunken Disorderly Files, here on the Scream All About It podcast. Episode 2 of this series, which I guess is technically episode 3 of Scream All About It, but episode 2 of the Drunken Disorderly Files. We're talking about the second song on the album, Bottle of Beam, a song written by Pee Wee here. Before we get started, our shot, starting off how we always do.
All right.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
A little bit of that fireball.
A little something to loosen up the vocal cords and anything else that ails you.
It actually really helpful on stage because the cinnamon opens up our sinuses.
Yeah.
So it's actually really helpful. It's vocal cord WD-40.
Yeah, really. Yeah. it opens up everything where you can sing, talk, and get everything more clear.
Yeah, definitely breaks the ice. It makes it easier to break the ice with a crowd that you haven't performed to before.
Oh yeah.
Liquid Courage. Yeah, Bottle of Beam. Pee Wee, what's the story behind the song?
All right, Bottle of Beam. I wrote this back in I would say the late 90s, right around 99, 98, just bordering right there on 2000. Me and some friends of mine, actually some old band members. My old bass player, the original bass player for Silent Scream, Keith Shutt, Bill Hinton, who was the original singer at the very beginning, and then E.T. was our longtime friend that always hung with us and partied with us. And, we'd get together at my house on Friday nights, just hanging out, and we'd get us a big bottle of Beam, and we'd mess around, play some covers, just hanging out. We weren't actually, we weren't really. I wouldn't say we were trying to get out there and play anywhere, but, we were still just getting together and jamming, just more or less for fun.
Yeah.
Instead of just, killing what we normally do, run to the bars and all that stuff. It was just pastime. We started out doing it and just started doing it every Friday night. Just come over and just mess around with some music, man, what a lot of people do, and, that big bottle of Beam just seemed like an appropriate title to write a song around.
All right. Well, do you we'll play a bit of the song.
Okay.
And then once we'll do like last episode with Third Time's a Charm. We'll play a couple lines and we'll stop and I'll let you explain because this is Pee Wee wrote this one, so I just produced it and did the drums and bass on the demo track. All right, here we go.
All right.
Bottle of Beam.
Well, I remember back in '72, drink so much I thought I'd spew. I remember back in '76, drink so much I almost got sick. I remember back in '77, drink so much I thought I was in heaven. I didn't care what would happen to me as long as I had that bottle of Beam.
All right. So
pretty much the riff, just start talking about the music itself. The riff was just something just messing around with. It was just a little standard chord and just throw a little funk back
rhythm on it.
back rhythm on the backside of it, you know, and just something different, unusual. And I was like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just started singing, and the years, they don't exactly coincide with, with me. I had to change it from the to the 70s, 80s, and 90s when it was actually the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. But, so to make it all kind of work out, but just self-explanatory. The lyrics, I remember 72, drank so much I almost spewed. I remember 76, I drank so much I almost got sick.
Yeah,
hey.
yeah. Typical drinking stories.
Yeah.
So there isn't any actual events that happened in 72, 73?
No, it was just we just picked the years because it just coincided with
it rhymed?
the rhythm and the rhyme of the song. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So just more of a nonsensical, like fictional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it was actually, we could have went, we thought about doing, 82 and 86, and then 90, and then the 90s and then 2000s. There's a lot of words to spit out when you're trying to sing this song anyway.
Yeah, especially because Ronnie likes to speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, Ronnie said, well, that's a lot of words in there. Are you going to get all that spit out there? I was like, yeah, if you slow down just a little bit, I might. It's like running a marathon sometimes. But yeah, so, and I was like, we'd have had to change it to the, I remember back in 2009, so it would have been just a little more extra to throw on there. So that's why we just kind of left the dates. We changed the dates a little bit where it would be easier for me to sing it.
Yeah, there's less syllables. It'd fit in.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to get to the chorus?
Yeah. Just a bottle of beer, he set me free. Just a bottle of beer, I'll be fine. Just a bottle of beer, I don't need no wine.
All right.
The chorus, just a little catchy, guitar standard guitar riff, and just
it's 3 chords,
and just your it's just a bottle of Beam. That's all you needed, man. If you had that bottle of Beam, hey, everything would work out just right. It didn't matter what you did or how bad the day was or how bad the week was. Friday night we got that bottle of Beam and we were getting hammered and having a good time. Writing songs, we come up with so much crazy stuff, and I don't, and like I say, the amount of alcohol consumed back in the 90s was just really unreal for three guys who were really the main drinkers of the groups, and one of them was just a roommate, and he drank like I did, J-Boy.
J-Boy.
That was our ritual every night, and then we'd wind up drinking 2 half gallons in a night. And we got pretty ripped, and we came up with some crazy stuff, and like I say, it was a good thing we recorded it, because a lot of this stuff we'd have never had. We didn't record it. We had an old Tascam 4-track recorder. I still actually
the one there on the shelf.
Yeah, and we had a wall mic with a piece of plexiglass behind it, and just recorded live.
Yeah,
and and it was the old school way of doing it, and it didn't sound great, but it didn't sound awful.
You could still tell what was going on.
Yeah. You could still you could still distinguish every part of the guitar, the bass, everything. But and that's that's how Bottle of Beam, and we would sit and drink and play music and drink and play music and smoke a little bit and play some more music.
Yeah, definitely more productive than going out and about and raising hell.
Oh yeah. I guess just during that time era needed
needed a break from all the other chaos in the world, so just kept the chaos at the house.
Yeah, there you go. It's self-contained.
Yeah, there you go. That way there ain't no issues. Hey, who's driving? I thought you was going to be the designated driver. No, that was last week.
Do you want to move on to the second verse?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I remember back in 83, drinking till I couldn't see. I remember back in 85, drinking till I couldn't drive. I remember back in 88, drank so much I fell on my face. And I didn't care what would happen to me, as long as I had that bottle of beer.
Yeah, and like I said before, you know, I remember back in
83.
83.
Yeah.
I drink until I couldn't see, and you know, there'd been many times when I just got so hammered I just couldn't, I couldn't stay focused. You know.
Tends to do that.
Yeah. And then 85, you know, there's several times when I shouldn't have been driving, and I did drive, and got lucky. The law let me make it a couple times, and you know, there's some of those hellion stories that we said something about in the last podcast that'll come out later on, but yeah, coming home from the bar one night, man, in 85, I shouldn't have been driving. We had this chick that we picked up, me and my bass player. We picked up these two chicks, and we were on our way home from the bar. We hadn't been playing. We were just up there hanging out, partying, and drinking Beam. Go-to the go-to liquor back in the day, and we would sit and hang out, party, drink, get out there, and picked up a couple chicks, and we hit a roadblock on the way home. I'm talking about not 2 miles from the bar, from when we left the bar, and the gal just happened that I was trying to hook up with just happened to be sober, and she hadn't had but one or two beers all night. And the cop was just nice enough, and she said, I hadn't had nothing to drink. He said, why ain't you driving? I said, well, I just met that. I didn't know if he wanted me to drive. I said, I'll let her drive. I ain't got no issue with that. Sure. He said, well, I'll tell you what, pull over right here, and if she'll get over here and drive, after he checked, my license and her license, brought her license back, we switched seats. He was like, nah, I want to see you out nowhere else tonight. Y'all go straight home. And we had a long drive. We were coming from Shannon, going all the way to Boonville. And,
damn. Yeah.
And I was like, woo, that was one of those close calls.
Close call, yeah.
And then, it wasn't just 88. It was a lot of the 80s where I get drunk and fall on my face. Still do it from time to time. So, that's just that's my what do you call it? My go-to.
Yeah, your go-to. You still got the scar on your arm where you cut on the nightstand, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, it's still there. Yeah, he's got a little scar on his arm. I was playing with my uncle's band, Snaz, at Waterview Casino in Vicksburg, and then Pee Wee and Kim, Pee Wee's wife, came out to see us play the second night we were there, and y'all had a fucking blast because Pee Wee was pretty damn drunk. I was having to help him into the hotel room and everything. Had him over my shoulder.
Yeah, pretty much having to drag me up to the motel, to the room.
But you made it up the stairs on the casino floor. You made it up the stairs. Feet right there. Holy shit. Yeah. Man, you should have gone to the Olympics with that. But yeah, got him back up to the hotel room, and I let go of him. I turned around for 2 seconds, and I forgot what it was, like take off my jacket or something or whatever. I turn around, boom. And it's like, man, what the fuck happened? He had his arm bleeding. He cut it on the corner of the nightstand and everything.
Yeah. And apparently I was trying to reach over and grab a hold to the nightstand, and I missed it.
Yeah?
Just barely.
Yeah, you got yourself pretty good.
I missed it with my hand. I caught it with my arm.
Yeah.
But it turned out pretty good. I didn't remember it much till the next day, and
Yeah.
So those 88s are still in the 20s.
Yeah. We still got plenty of stories to write songs about now.
Oh yeah, new experiences.
Yeah, new experiences. You want to go on to the second chorus?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same as last time.
Yeah.
Let me back it up here.
That bottle of beer, it's all I need. Just a bottle of beer, you set me free. Just a bottle of beer, I'll be fine. Just a bottle of beer, I don't need no wine.
And like I say, Beam was the go-to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd been drinking Jim Beam since I was a teenager, and there's many stories of me and my older brother, the one who was supposed to be the original lead singer for Silent Scream, who whenever he got free from all of his situations, me and him would just ride around and drink Jim Beam and drink and that was our Thursday afternoon. Every Thursday, I'd go pick him up and we'd go get a fifth and we'd ride back roads and just drink and jam out on music. And hey, he's no longer with us anymore. To give a toast to him. But yeah, he was. That was my Thursday thing. Me and him. And we got some good stories about that too. But
Yeah, we'll save those.
yeah, we'll save those for the Hellion tales.
Yeah, keep y'all in suspense on those. All right, third verse.
Third verse.
Well, I remember back in 91, drinking till I saw the sun. I remember back in 94, drinking till I couldn't find the door. I remember back in 99, I was drinking that homemade wine. And I didn't care what would happen to me, as long as I had that bottle of beer.
I want to add before you say anything. I love your delivery on that last line because I remember you were really getting into it when we were recording it. It was like, and I don't really care what would happen to me. You drug up that growl. You drug it on up, and it was like that was the best take. I had to include that one. It was really good.
Oh yeah. Well. I mean, honestly, whenever I went back in the 80s and 90s, whenever I was out partying and stuff, I didn't care what happened. Just whatever happened happened. Good, bad, it didn't matter. I was just out partying and gonna have a blast anyway it went.
Yeah.
You know, if it turned into a bad situation, and I had to deal with it. If it was a good situation, I had a blast doing it. You know, so it's like 91. Everybody drinks sometime all night till the morning light, till you see the sun, and then you drink a little more, and it's like, damn, I should have went to bed a couple hours ago. But
Yeah, back to the lyrics.
The back to the story on everybody drinks sometimes and a little too much, can't find the door, but drinking the homemade wine, me and my high school buddy used to get together when we were young, and we ran out of Jim Beam. We were like 17 years old. We'd hang out at his shop, at his dad's shop, and we sit up there and drink, smoke, and just teenagers, doing the old crazy stuff. And he was making some homemade muscadine wine.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't quite ready. It was still working, fermenting, or whatever. It was still bubbling. And we ran out of alcohol and didn't have no money. We were teenagers. And he was like, man, I got about 2 gallons of that wine in there, man. I was like, but I thought it wasn't going to be ready for about another couple weeks, another week or so. He's like, yeah, a week, maybe 2. He said, but I think we'd probably be all right if we drank it. I just don't think it's got the yeast ain't worked hard enough in it. It's probably not the alcohol level ain't up. I said, well, if that's all it is, let's try it.
Oh,
so we
yeah.
wind up drinking a gallon of it. And both of us woke up in that shop the next morning. both of those done got sick everywhere.
Damn.
I guess that yeast was working in our belly.
Yeah, God damn. Mm-mm.
But yeah, that's where
Fucking
I remember back in '99.
Drinking that homemade wine.
We was drinking that homemade wine. It was more like it was, but it was when we were teenagers. So I just had to put the years in to match with the rhyming and stuff.
Yeah. Nine wine. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we drank that, man, and we were so hungover the next 2 days.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine dehydrated.
It wasn't just dehydrated. It felt like that shit was still working.
It probably was. Fermenting in your stomachs. Like, what the fuck?
And his dad and my dad both said the same thing. There's another gallon over there. Go ahead and get y'all some more of that. Y'all know that shit wasn't ready. whenever y'all first, and they were cool with us making it and everything and drinking it and stuff, but they were like, but we had a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had enough money that evening to probably buy like a pint of bean, and we drank it, ran out, wanting some more, wanting more to drink.
I've been there, done that.
And didn't have no more money, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure I had to get one of my older brothers to buy me that because I wasn't old enough to buy it myself.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was, and so he said, "Hey, there's some wine. Let's go for it."
Yeah, give it a try.
Hey, we're dumb and young and dumb and stupid. Let's do it. That was always that just young and dumb stuff, and I had a bunch of older brothers. I was like, well, they can do it, I can do it too. So I jumped right out there with them. Anything they would do, I was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or tried to be anyway. Sometimes they wouldn't let me, but most of the time they said, all right, come on, jump on in. You want to be stupid with us? Come on.
Completely get that as the oldest of four. Yeah. Definitely been like that to my younger siblings. Yeah.
and what's so bad, y'all older brothers, see, I was the baby, so y'all older brothers would say, oh yeah, it ain't gonna hurt you, do it. No, we finna get hurt. No, we finna
Oh
wipe
yeah,
out.
be fine. Yeah, go for it.
If you do fall, it won't hurt you bad.
That's some encouragement right there.
Oh yeah.
Won't hurt you bad.
Yeah, it won't hurt you bad. You'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
You ain't gonna break no bones or nothing.
You're young. It won't take long to heal.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
Just walk it off.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah. But that's how we, and that's why I say that line in there. I don't get that shit away from me.
Yeah, let's get to that. Okay. Third chorus. Yeah. Third.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're musicians. We can only count to 4. Alright, here we go. That line right there.
And that was exactly why. I was like, only that way, get that shit away from me.
Yeah.
That was the memory I have whenever I hear that line.
Quick little solo, 8 bars.
All right, well hold on.
Oh yeah.
Well.
We want to talk about that part?
Yeah, about the solo here. That was pretty innovative for a real clean, just a little kind of bluesy, off the riff. I mean, off the cuff riff.
Yeah.
That this whole song is. The solo on that.
You want to go back and play it again?
Yeah.
Let me find where it is. Here? Yeah, it's about to go into it. We won't talk over this time. Oh, this is, okay, oops, wrong part. Here? Somewhere.
I don't need that fucking
Here you go.
wine. Get that shit away from me. Just about right.
Just the innovativeness of it is what really gets me about the solo, because you know most people just try to throw a little simple stuff in there, you know,
Yeah.
with a couple little fast licks, you know, just connect the dots, you know. But you took it to a whole different level. I was like, man, that's just a bad solo right there. That's just awesome, right
Yeah,
there.
I wanted a
You know?
very defined melody for it.
Yeah.
You know, the ba-na-na-na-ba-na-na. I had that in there twice, in the beginning and then the ending going back into the final chorus.
Yeah.
And then the little tapping part, little Eddie Van Halen, you know, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I can't, you know, you get the idea. Hold
Yeah.
on. The little tapping part there, yeah.
The Eddie Van Steinport. The tone of it.
Yeah.
And then the song. I mean, honestly, the song was just a fun song. Just, you know, something that we actually just came up with back in the '90s. Just we came up with just crazy off the. There was this one song we wrote about a roommate that lived with me who was learning to play guitar, and we tried to get him, and he got really good. I mean, he just worked on scales all the time, you know, but we tried to get him to sit in and play with us a few times.
Yeah.
And he'd get in there and he couldn't stay in time. He had
Many
timing
such
issues.
cases, yeah.
Yeah, he had timing issues. He could never stay in time with us. And he got to where he was blistering fast and running some really good licks. We wrote a song about him just one night because we stopped playing and he's in there hitting all these real fast licks. And,
You
and,
told
and
me
then
about
they-
this, yeah. What was it called? The
Backroom Jammer.
Backroom Jammer. Yeah, that fucking song.
Yeah, we wrote a song just out of nowhere. We were like, y'all hear the Backroom Jammer in there? Let's write a song about it. And then we just come up with crazy stuff like that. That's how Bottle of Beef we just crunched it out one night. And next thing you know, I'm having to get some words to rhyme here and there. And it was just fun songs, you know. If you don't, I'll tell anybody and everybody out there, if you get too serious, it's good to be serious about your craft and about your work.
Yeah.
But it's also, if you don't have fun, you're gonna give it up. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna get disgusted. I stayed too serious about it in the beginning, and that's why I took 8 years off from playing because of it. Because I was this needs to be right. This needs to be right. And instead of having fun doing one and enjoying it, it became a job.
Yeah, it just becomes another job.
You know, and I'm like, well, you know, I already got one job, making a whole lot better money than this one. So, what do I want to sit here and do all this crazy stuff for? You know.
Yeah.
But that's what I tell anybody out there. Just, you know, gotta have fun. Enjoy it. You know, don't ever think, oh, this has got to be just perfect. This has got to, you know, have fun. Ad-lib a little bit. Throw improv here and there. Give yourself some freedom to express your style individually and as a whole group. You know, that's what we try to do with each other.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Everybody gets a chance to shine on their instrument.
you know, that's just, like I say on this song, Dom laid down all the drums and the bass line for the demos.
Yeah.
And then Barney Davis, who plays bass for us, and Ronnie McCowan, they came in and laid their own lines back behind it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, you know, everybody's got to have a little freedom in it. At first they were like, y'all go ahead and just record it and we'll see how it goes, and we'll just learn the parts.
Yeah.
Then when we brought them
They sent them
demos,
the demo mixes. Yeah.
and they were like, well, wait, I want to be on this album.
Wait, hold on.
Me too. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Hey,
Wait,
hey.
this isn't like every other local band
Yeah.
album. It's just like you said before, a 4-track wall mic.
Yeah. He's like, hey, this sounds good. Wait, I want to play on it. Okay, well,
Yeah.
come on. You know, it pushed us back a little bit.
Yeah.
From where we were. Dom had to do a whole lot of extra work, but it was.
I mean, yeah,
it came out really.
You're having to
really,
replace the foundation of a house. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. You know, I had to, you know, you have to lift the house off the ground and re-pour the foundation, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what
there was a lot of swapping shit around, but it wasn't. I didn't have auto-tune any vocals. I didn't quantize anything. I didn't chop it up to make it in time with the metronome. As long as Ronnie and Barney recorded their parts along with the metronome, it was fine. And for the most part, it was fine. It was just there was a lot of. I had to, well, first of all, completely start from scratch with the drums, with the mix. I had a decent mix for the drums. I had to go back to the drawing board, completely re-EQ everything. Just a lot of shit that I wouldn't have had it done if we just did it all in one go, which we're gonna do next time. We're gonna do it all in one go next time. We're gonna do it the right way. Record the rhythm tracks and then go off of that.
Yeah.
Instead of do it the bass-ackwards way we did this, with this first album. But it turned out pretty alright. And then I remember Dale asking us whenever we were doing the radio show with him, where'd y'all record that?
Yeah.
My bedroom.
yeah. Dom's out.
Had the drum set up in the living room, had a 50-foot snake going to the spare bedroom. I had my mixing console and my monitors and my big rack of analog and 80s digital stuff.
And we've had so many people tell us that they've heard the worst. I mean, a whole lot worse would come out of big studios and stuff than what we did out of Dom's bedroom. That was just Dom's talent.
It's also your guys' talent as well. I mean, you can do all the fixing and stuff in the studio that you can possibly do, but you can't make a bad take sound good.
Oh yeah.
It's super important to have really strong musicians who all know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Behind the microphone. It makes production easy because everybody's already tight, everybody's already good.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is EQ it, add some reverb and echo or whatever, and occasionally some chorus like on the clean guitar stuff, and then that's it. You're good. And then compression, all that other production BS that you have to do. Mastering for streaming platforms. Had to do a lot of learning on that. Figure out how to make it.
Oh,
do
yeah.
all that. But I got it. It's gonna be better next time though.
Yeah, but like we were saying, like Dale was saying, he told us on that radio show, he was like, I've heard he said a whole lot worse come out of a whole lot of big studios that paid major money to go get spend thousands and thousands of dollars to do, what y'all did with his personal computer and his at his house in his little bedroom and living room, just setting up and laying down the tracks and it was really, I was like, I mean, he did the two demos for Lifestorm and
Sunshine When It Rains.
Sunshine When It Rains.
Yeah.
And I thought they sounded good, and then when he got done with this album, I was like, man, it just kind of blew me away. I was like, oh, he done tweaked a lot of stuff.
I've been doing my homework. Yeah.
he been working on how to get all this stuff to.
But there was also big changes in what equipment I was using recording wise as well.
Yeah.
I had a much better studio setup. I really can't wait to get my studio set back up. It's all sitting in a storage unit, all alone. It's sitting over there. Record with me. Plug me back in. Still keeps me up at night, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you could tell.
Are you saying I need some beauty sleep or something? Oh man! All right, well, let's we'll go ahead and play the rest of the song, and then we'll add final notes, whatever. Then play the whole thing in its entirety. We're already at 34 and a half minutes now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Here's the rest of Bottle of Beam. little bass line at the end there, the walking bass, like we were talking about Barney throwing in his own thing.
Yeah, that bass line just right, and, you know, it ain't a whole lot of bass in it, you know, throughout the whole song, you know, just your main.
Yeah, just following the root note.
Yeah,
just following along with the guitar chords.
Until right there at the end where you're cleaning it up, fixing to go out, and then he just throws all them bass runs in.
He just threw it in there.
Yeah.
We didn't tell him to do anything. He just did it.
Yeah, he blasted it through there, and like, damn, that sounds so good. You know?
And you know, Barney's a real professional. He came over to the house. He got all of his stuff done in 45 minutes or so, 1 or 2 takes at most. He was out the door. He did his homework. He took his notes. He came in with a big notebook about that thick. All right, you ready? Yep. Hit record. Knock it out. I would even, you know, I'd hit record, and then I'd go in the other room to help Ronnie, like with drum stuff, miking up the drums.
Yeah.
I'd come back. The song he'd already recorded the song twice. In like 5 minutes. At least for this one, you know, it's a 3-minute song.
Yeah.
You know, come back in 7 minutes later. Oh, I went ahead and did 2 takes. Damn. Okay, Barn. Yeah, it definitely saved a lot of money.
Oh yes.
On doing it at the house. I mean, I think total operating costs were, I think it was like $380, not including labor, obviously, because that was, you know, just us doing it. And most of that was just, you know, ordering pizza. Order a pizza over to the house. DoorDash. I was just adjusting. I didn't want to touch the edge of the laptop. Liquid. But yeah, that's a Bottle of Beam. Really good song that Pee Wee wrote. Really happy with how it turned out.
And like I say, we wrote it back in the late 90s, around 98, 99.
Mm-hmm.
Just having fun, you know, so tell anybody out there writing something, have fun, man. I mean, everything, you know, you got to have fun. I mean, it seems like the ones that you're just having fun cutting up, you know, not trying to put no meaning behind, those are the ones that usually are the ones that everybody's like, oh man, that's a cool song right there. I love that, you know, it's catchy, you know.
Because it's pure. It's not, you don't overthink anything. It's just heart and soul onto paper, or, you know, onto a tape, whatever.
Yeah. And that's all that was. I mean, just cutting up, getting drunk, having fun, drinking some beans to it. Well, let's write about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we sat there at one point in time saying, well, if, you know, we can get the sponsorship from Jim Beam, and then we had another song called Satisfaction. We were like, oh, well, we can sell that to Walmart, you know, Satisfaction guaranteed. You know, and we had a bunch of just crazy songs that we just would throw together.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a briefcase just full of a bunch of the older songs that we used to do.
Yeah.
And just stuff that I've wrote over the years, and I go back and try to look at them and say, how'd that song go? I wrote down the chord changes, but I couldn't never get the tempo back into it. And the words, I have the words all wrote down and everything. And I'm like, we'll put that one aside later.
Put that one off the side.
Maybe some of that crust off the burnt side of my brain will fall off one day, and that little thing will pop out and say, hey, oh yeah, this is how the tempo goes. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Well, speaking of drinking, let's do our send out shot. I'll play the song in its entirety for you guys on the little end card I put up on screen. Appreciate y'all listening, hanging out with us, watching the Silent Scream All About It podcast, episode 3.
And we want to thank everybody for, you know, tuning in and watching these podcasts with us. We you know, hey, mention it to your friends if you enjoy it. Shoot a send out, and, you know, hey, make a little comment. Let us know what you think about it. You know, hey, we're all about Silent Scream.
And if you're in the Scream All About It Silent Scream fan group on Facebook, leave a comment.
Oh yeah.
Give us a like. We're gonna be putting this up on the group whenever it's done. And again, thank you. We appreciate it. Let's do our little send out shot, and I'll start playing the song.
All right.
remember back in 72, drink so much I thought I'd spew. I remember back in 76, drink so much I almost got sick. I remember back in 77, drink so much I thought I was in heaven. I didn't care what would happen to me, as long as I had that bottle of beer. Bottle of beer, you know it's all I need. Just a bottle of beer, you know you set me free. Just a bottle of beer, you know I'll be fine. Just a bottle of beer, I don't need no wine. Well, I remember back in 83, drinking till I couldn't see. Well, I remember back in 85, drinking till I couldn't drive. Well, I remember back in 88, drank so much I fell on my face. And I didn't care what would happen to me, as long as I had that bottle of beer. Bottle of beer, you know it's all I need. Just a bottle of beer, you know you set me free. Just a bottle of beer, you know I'll be fine. Just a bottle of beer, I don't need no wine. Well, I remember back in 91, drinking till I saw the sun. I remember back in 94, drinking till I couldn't find the door. I remember back in 99, I was drinking that homemade wine. And I didn't care what would happen to me, as long as I had that bottle of beer. Bottle of beer, you know it's all I need. Just a bottle of beer, you know you set me free. Just a bottle of beer, you know I'll be fine. Just a bottle of beer, I don't need no wine. I don't need that fucking wine, get that shit away from me. Just a bottle of beer, you know it's all I need. Just a bottle of beer, you know you set me free. Just a bottle of beer, you know I'll be fine. Just a bottle of beer, I don't need no wine.
Thank you for listening to Silent Scream, Scream All About It, Episode 3, which is Part 2 of the Silent Scream Drunken Disorderly Files. Little info about Bottle of Beam, second song on the album. What are you still doing here? Scram!